Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, your host, Imperial Dane. A 1 versus 1 on Langalaskea. Yes, indeed, Langalaskea with Peruci of the 4th Guards Tank Corps taking on a Raresb of the Wehrmacht of the 18th Panzer Grenadier Division. Immediately, the infantry goes up schnell. Whereas we do see the combat in here heading straight forwards into enemy, or at least neutral territory, but anything that is not Soviet is enemy. Something like that anyways. In this term of doctrines, we've got Spearhead available, Lightning War, and Joint Operations. So a bit of this and that, with some emphasis on Tigers being available. Popping over to Peruci, we see pretty much the standard stuff. Guard Motor, Guard Rifle, and shock frontline tactics. Or shock rifle frontline tactics, yes. First unit out here for the Germans are the Grenadiers, the ever trustworthy, the ever reliable, the ever stalwart, the ever not quite properly camp uniformed Grenadiers. I'm pretty sure they were never that well equipped, and I'm pretty sure also the camouflage pattern is a bit wrong for Grenadiers. Oh well. Can't have everything, I suppose. I'm still hoping for the day they offer up infantry skin DLC. Second Grenadier squad arriving. Conscripts, one squad heading out there. Another one heading westwards. In fact, taking up position again. Popping into houses. Quick reconnaissance move. Basically just to get an idea of the surrounding territories if there are any enemies nearby. Always a good little thing to do if you're a bit unsure. You know, if there's a building nearby, pop into it. Get an idea of what's going on around you. So nice little trick there from Peruci. We are seeing an emphasis on moving over towards the west here. The road, usually on Langalaskea or Langre, acting as sort of a divider, a front line between the two. And so far, Raresb is focusing on his side, though he might now be slightly going to change that. We're heading towards the center victory point. MD42 following up there. So far, so good. Nothing that strikes me as deeply unusual. Soviets going for the nice spread, although also focusing on their side of the road. So of course we'll have to see how this evolves. Looks like Raresb setting up for a centerwards push. Might be heading straight towards the cutoff point here for Peruci. Conscripts engaging. Looks like Peruci was slightly expecting this. And it is moving up slowly but surely. Another conscript squad right here to hold things down, but an MD42 going to be following up here for Raresb and the 18th Panzer Grenadiers. Point secured off far to the west. Conscripts pulling back. The MD42 opening up with a nice fusillade. Third squad of Grenadiers arriving. Immediately we are seeing Peruci moving on to support weapon coming here. So 3 conscripts to support weapons. Could also have been Spirit Route Command or Molotovs. Usually though what you do see is the Soviet player tends to get first 3 conscripts, getting a nice infantry foundation, then moves on to whatever he wants to do next. In this case, we might be seeing a heavy machine gun, the Maxim, or possibly some mortar action. MD40 here, nicely flanked by Peruci, but no, oh, poo. He actually decided to take a route away that way. He didn't. Ooh, Ram might have spent it out that already. Either way, though, that did not really work out for him. Instead, the conscripts ending up pinned down on the road. Rather unfortunate there. Rather unfortunate. Other conscripts got managed to pull away, but not in as great condition as could have been hoped for. Support weapon company is up, comrades. Grenadiers continue to fight up. MD42 moving closer. And there we go. Third squad of Grenadiers arriving and equipping them immediately with a light machine gun. Not a bad idea. Of course, they are in enemy friendly territories. They can be upgraded. Of course, they will not have seen any combat, thus being at full health, and thus being also a good choice for the LMG, since that means they'll be able to hold out longer in a fight before they have to pull back anyways. And immediately there, Peruci realizes the situation is bad and retreats before he suffers any unnecessary casualties in the face of the soldiers of the Reich. And there we go, 82mm mortar squad arriving here for Peruci. It's going to be opening up a bit there on Raresb. A good move. A good move. Considering that Raresb will be having to hold some positions. And thus set himself up as a nice target for the mortar crew. Flamethrowers equipped here for the combat engineers. Might want to shift from house to house. And there we go. Mortar round kills Heinz. He did not stand a chance. Conscripts moving from the north. Pioneers in trouble. There'll be a quick retreat there. So left flank will also be collapsing. Mortar continues to fire away. Another grenadier down. Conscripts here getting suppressed. Though, of course, if he wanted, Peruci could try and lay down a smoke screen in front of the MB42. It looks like he's just going to try and mortar the bastards. Also looks like the combat units died out. A bit unfortunate there. Probably a rifle grenade did the trick. And did them in. And there we go. The Maxim rolls out. MG crew is beginning to suffer the first casualties. And looks like that Raresb is already taking up. A light mechanized company going up here to support the 18th Panzer Grenadier Division. Conscripts moving up, heading the flank of the MG42 crew. MP40 is doing what they can. Maxim opening up as well in support. Nice push here. The mortar proving itself quite handy. And scout cars on the way. Looks like the third one was a bit of a mistake, but 2 scout cars arriving here to support the Panzer Grenadiers. Push up the center. And a medic bunker up as well. Looks like everything is falling in nicely. He could also be getting a second light machine gun at the moment if he so wanted. But he means something about securing territory that had been taken away from by the Germans. Maxim advancing. Looks like might be taking up position in that farmhouse. Would be a good spot here for the mortar, I think. And there we go. First scout car arrives. And immediately the Grenadiers find themselves under a bit of intense attention of the Maxim crew. Mortar joining in the fun as well. Rifle grenade added in as well. Only kills poor Vasily. Area here is actually a bit exposed at the moment. Might want some more infantry to hold up or something. Otherwise he's going to very likely lose that mortar. Ultra Raresb is splitting a bit of manpower here, so he might want to look into that. That rifle grenade amounted to pretty much nothing. Although looks like the MG42 is already getting suppressed here. Oh, conscripts running straight into the machine gun fire. The gun is heading in. Scout car joining in the fun as well. Mortar sitting up a bit further back. And guards infantry has been chosen for Peruci. So either guards motor or guards rifle. What though shall be the question? Is the question. And guards riflemen need to quickly move up to support the position here to hold back the scout cars with their anti-tank rifles. Nice move into this farmhouse. That's definitely going to cause a bit of a headache for the scout car. Already there, one good hit. And we still got the mortar supporting nearby. And ooh, nice hit right there on the scout car by the looks of it. Would also be a good time to get this guard squad upgraded with some light machine guns. Conscripts running after the scout car. Likely to be seeing anti-tank grenades up here. Or perhaps not. There we go, anti-tank grenade. 2 scout cars damaged, one with an engine in trouble as well. MG42 needs to get out of there very quickly. Also looks like some Grenadiers have made good progress there in the west. Very nicely done, very nicely done. And a mortar arrives here for Raresb. A Granatenwerfer of his own. Lovely.
What do you need?
Does not look like he upgraded with our machine guns at all. I do feel that's a bit of a sad opportunity. Also might be that Peruci would consider actually mining this area Though, of course, at the moment he is lacking the combat engineers to do so. Time to have a look at Peruci, who has gone for Guard's motor. Interesting, and getting himself a field gun now.
You need motor support?
Lots of mortaring going on. And there we go, one scout car ready for fighting once more. And meanwhile, we see here that the front line has obviously collapsed for Raresb, but of course, the question is Peruci aware of this? Because otherwise, I mean, he won't be doing much in that sense. Peruci will have all the time to quickly reorganize his forces and push back, and that certainly looks to be the case here. Quickly moving up the units he can. Whereas we do see that Peruci isn't really making much out of this at the moment. But we do now see the field gun out, and that's definitely going to cause a headache for the scout cars. One good hit, and that's likely going to be good night for them.
Machine gun ready. Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
There we go. Soviet mortar immediately moving up. Maximum coming in as well. Scout car patrol catching the conscripts right there. That's definitely a bad situation to be in. Even with an anti-tank grenade handy. And there we go, one scout car did go down. The gunner getting himself a nice little trip before he expires. Decent advance here going on from Raresb, although with severe opposition going in from Peruci. The mortar blasting away in the hopes of getting someone. Soon actually veterancy too. And there we go, field gun barraging away. We could see the MG42 going down. The MG42 could take a direct hit. And there we go, the MG42 crew is wiped out. Well done there by Peruci, taking advantage of this. At the same time, Counterattack pushing up here. Mike getting off an anti-tank grenade and wipe out the scout car as well. Oh, there we go. Caught in the middle of the road. Turning about here. Exposing the even weaker rear armor. Oh, dear. Main gun destroyed. Which pretty much means the gunner is dead. And there we go, stealing away the MG42 from Raresb. Plucky work. But the scout car actually managed it. It's safe. Hooray!
Shoot back, comrade! HMG ready for action.
And a quick shift on the field gun. That's probably a good move to ensure it doesn't get hammered with German mortar fire. Or anything else for that matter. Though we also note that Raresb front line is pretty weak. We also note he's got plenty of munitions to spare, but he's got nothing to actually lay down mines with. Otherwise, I would very much recommend him do that. Here, here, and a bit around here would do him quite well initially.
Under fire! The enemy is taking what we have secured.
And there we go, reinforcing the MG gentleman. And again, a light machine gun here would also benefit him. And a Panzer has arrived, a flak Panzer. So obviously Raresb is less concerned about Soviet enemy armor, more about Soviet enemy infantry. Of course, currently there's not really much to give him the other impression. Though of course with Guard's motor, he can work his way towards the T-34-85, although he's going to need some more command points before that happens.
Yes, comrade. Taking indirect fire.
Nasty hit there on the Soviet mortar.
Engineers ready for assignment. Ours now. Mortar here. We are taking losses.
And small engagement over here. Right flank just secured by the Maxim, not doing anything. And there we go. Veteran 2 for Peruci's mortar, though it is very low in health. And getting mortared by the Soviet mortar. We also noting give Air 43s up, which pretty much means that Raresb has gone for the lightning war doctrine. Blitzkrieg. Quick grenade there. Does a bit of work. Still like to see a light machine gun. Also need some combat engineers moving up the west flank. Would really love to see some mines from him. Minen. Meine Damen und Herren, Minen.
We are ready to go, comrades. We're under attack. Mortar rounds incoming.
Quick response here from the scout car to deal with the flankers and harass us. And there we go. He's actually laying down a mine. Well done, well done. And it doesn't look like that Mr. Raresb saw it, though he should get away before the flamethrower sets it off. Otherwise, it's all going to be for naught. And a pack 40 has also arrived to add a bit of backbone to Raresb's front line in case some armor does appear. Of course, he's not completely daft. And there we go. Marked vehicle available. Question is, will he utilize it?
You have orders? Awaiting command. AT gun ready. We are awaiting orders.
Pretty aggressive push towards the centre with no field guns to really support in case of the Ostwind. Bombarding away. And looks like a lot of Raresb's infantry squads have been equipped with Gewehr 43s. And another quick bombardment here. The Soviets were quite large fans of basically everything also being able to work as artillery in a sense. That is all of their anti-tank guns. The Soviets were all about quantity in that regard. And it looks like S-mines being laid down here by Raresb. Lovely, lovely. So rare to see S-mines. Nice infantry assault going on here. A bit heavy-handed, but could work out still. Although, of course, if the field gun was to fire away and get off a nice barrage right in the advance, that could prove to be a rather painful experience. They won't soon forget. At least I hope he doesn't. Constant pressure here from Raresb 99. Constant movement towards the cut-off point. And the Maxim's really far removed from any of the action. Feel like that could be fixed. Either way, he also needs to quickly get his troops back in the line. And there we go, Grenadier squad almost wiped out. Will it actually happen though? And there we go, field gun firing a barrage again, although catching a farmhouse slight by the side there as well. Not so good, not so good. And there we go, the MD42 pushing forwards, conscripts forging their way through the fire. Oh, he's actually using counter-artillery. He's using counter-artillery, the bastard. Oh, how fun. Someone actually using counter-artillery. Cheeky sword. I like it. And we're seeing relief infantry up as well. My God. He's actually using abilities. He's using abilities. Amazing. Though of course you have to remember it has to be within the range, and so far it rather looks like that most of Peruci's stuff is beyond the range of the heavy mortar. So that's a slight mistake there. Miscalculation I think on behalf of Raresb, but still I like the idea. He's actually using abilities. My God. He's actually trying to do some more with his units than just the regular stuff. Great. Absolutely commendable. Ostwind actually advances, but ends up right in the line of fire of the Cis. And there we go, S-mines take out an entire conscript squad. Troops advancing up there. Ostwind barely makes it out of there. And the Maxim is firing from a rather less than safe position. If you might notice, this building is ready to collapse any time soon. And as predicted, a quick rifle grenade in this case.
Do you need something? Your orders, comrade. Trying to flank. That gunner can't shoot for shit. Yes, comrade.
Guards infantry continue to fight. Still not upgraded. Still not upgraded. Also noting here, also another vital difference. Raresb's actually set up caches. Mr. Peruci has not.
Return fire!
So clearly there's also a bigger strategy going on here from Raresb, popping out him and also having time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is that Raresb is making considerable pushes up the centre, although he is losing the west flank a bit aggressively here to Peruci, who's still... He's actually mining now, though I think I would have liked to see some more mines earlier on. And I also think he would benefit from actually setting up a munitions cache right here to then help with the mines and also with the marked vehicle ability. Otherwise, what he needs to do is actually apply further pressure here with some smaller units, draw away some of Raresb's forces away from here and towards here, that way setting up overall an easier task. I think he also needs to get some of that armor, those T-3045s, and if he can apply them in the correct manner, hitting the right spots, he can do some serious damage to Raresb. Although, noting here, clearly Raresb also has a plan of his own, and it involves a Tiger tank, so obviously things are not as straightforward as his opponent might like to be, but obviously things are not going to be going as easily for Raresb either. Raresb needs to hold up this, he needs to continue pushing, but at the same time he mustn't risk this, otherwise of course he's going to risk some nasty flanking assaults here, which could very well result in a full collapse if a serious enough assault arrives from this angle. The good job here was in mining. He might also want to consider mining in this area to make it harder for Peruci to actually launch a flanking assault that way. Of course there's also this flank, which could also see some grounds for a good flank assault if Peruci thinks in that way. Of course the Tiger is not going to be a bad idea, and if you continue to support it with this, and this, I mean he's going to be able to do some nice damage to Peruci. And of course he needs to keep pushing, but at the same time not risk everything, and otherwise, you know, keep on using abilities. And of course the fuel cache, munitions cache, good idea, and particularly the munitions cache really works for this doctrine since it is one of the more munitions heavy doctrines. And of course the fuel cache feeds nicely in to the idea of getting a Tiger tank. So there's some real good connection here. There seems to have been some clear thought about what Raresb wanted from this doctrine, which is great. So let's return to the fight then, pushing forwards. Sadly this usage of the relief infantry did not really see much luck. He didn't actually suffer the sufficient losses for the Ostrobin to arrive. But we can see another tactical movement being made available if he wants to do that. And already the MG42 has been pinned, and thing is, if it gets pinned, it really doesn't do any suppression or damage at all. So that is vital to remember. Continuing the pressuring, looks like he's finally stopped with the counter barrage. Nice idea, but sadly there weren't any enemy artillery within range, or field guns firing for that matter. And yes, I believe that actually when the field gun fires a barrage, it also comes under the jurisdiction of the counter barrage ability. There we go. 2 T-3045s. 4th Guards tank corps rolls in with its armor. Grenadier squad takes a nasty hit there. Needs to get moving. Raresb. Oh dear. Instead what happens is they get crushed. MG42 next target. Osman ready to move again. And so the T-34s are on the loose. And he's lacking a bit of the fuel to get the Tiger tank. Pack ohms up there, nice, nice. Bit of a collapse here for Raresb. Another Grenadier squad to quickly replace the losses inflicted there. Well done, well done. Always keeping a certain minimum of troops. What we like to see. And of course we can somehow deal with this pack. His T-34 is going to have some free maneuvering room until the Tiger arrives, which is going to be in a few seconds. So, yeah, not much to do there. There we go. Die Tiger arrives. Schwerer Panzerabteilung 505. T-34 makes nice progress in the flank. Though at the same time, note he's actually playing a bit cautiously. Oh, another Grenadier squad went down. Another Grenadier squad went down. Also noting here mines. So if he spots a Tiger, it might actually be an idea to try and bait it into the mines. But no. Now the Tiger does arrive. And also note this T-34 has actually suffered some damage. So it needs to get away from there before it's too late. Field guns, oh, cleared out so they can't support. We do see here that Raresb, while a bit aggressive at the same time, realizes he's pushing his Tiger too far ahead without any support and sets about moving it back. Good job there, Raresb. Gutes Arbeit. Good Tiger handling right there. Also noting he's upgraded with a machine gun on top to increase his anti-infantry ability a bit. That's also a good move usually. Nice use of the self-repair ability there. Troops reinforcing. Direct hit there on the mortar crew, which is now once more firing counter barrage. With veteran G2, which means it does more damage. But no, it got taken out by the Soviet mortar before that happened. T-3045 moving up to the front here. Another usage of the relief infantry ability. First T-3045 ready. Also field guns are getting ready. He should try, I think, Peruci try and focus on knocking out this pack. That would certainly limit the amount of anti-tank weaponry available for Raresb, and would certainly also leave the Tiger without a vital support asset. T-34 needs to pull back. Also in trouble, and this T-34 also needs to move up. Come on, Peruci, come on. Schnell, schnell. Let's stop pulling up here. Field gun mortar exposed. Something needs to be done to throw back the Germans. And we're actually seeing marked vehicle up, but used on the Ostwind. I think that was a bit of a waste of the ability, but at least he's using it. But I'm feeling confident that he should have waited for the Tiger to use it, as that would really have done a lot of nasty work there. Raresb once more pushing ahead pretty aggressively with his Tiger. Need to be careful. Another field gun cleared out, and this one still hasn't been recruited. And he needs to be careful with his T-34s. Tiger bouncing off the 85mm shell with his 100mm frontal armor. Assault continues, also noting an assault squad has been put together here for Raresb. And the Tiger's actually getting pretty close to Veterans 1 too. And flank assault. S-mine goes off there. And a retreat going on. And of course, repairs the Tiger would be an idea. And some quick self-repairs going on in the T-3045s. Looks like he's got no combat in years to do the work. So using that ability is certainly going to pay off. And using the Ostrom to take away some territory. Good, good. Ostrom could basically be any kind of Eastern European, not necessarily Russians, but Ukrainians, and so on. Point secured. Sturmgeschütz on the way here. Lovely. Could prove to be a good move. This T-34 though does need some repairs, and the guards here still have not received any light machine guns. And we are still also seeing all those field guns not being recruited. I really feel that's something that Peruci needs to work on. And that ended a bit brutally there for the 3 Osttroppen. And a bit of quiet in the action.
Infantry can march double time at your command.
Stug arrives. But nice move on the flank, taking away some resources. Going to have to draw away some of Raresb forces here from the center. T-34 is also splitting up, interestingly enough. Sturmgeschütz arriving. Getting an upgrade with a light machine gun. Good, good. Larger counter assault going in towards the west from Raresb. And finally recruiting one of the field guns. Finally. And mine goes off there.
You need fire support?
Also getting a heavy mortar now. Interesting, interesting. Quick attack here with the T-3045. Not entirely sure what he expected. Probably not the Tiger though, but Tiger actually fails to hit, so the T-34 gets out of there without a scratch. Bit lucky there. A bit lucky there.
Grenadiers ready. Stuck here. Taking fire.
Things quieting down. Guards infantry getting stopped. T-34 moving again. Looks like he's trying to support, and quick usage of tactical movement. Looks like he wants to react to something. Might be he actually tried to rush down and hunt down the T-34, hitting it with a Panzerfaust, allowing the Stuke to move in, but due to the positioning of the terrain, the Stuke needs to get close, which could be to the advantage of the T-3045, and there we go. Ooh, there's slight mistake there from Raresb. First hit. Infantry is suffering, Tiger moving in, T-3045 needs to pull away, needs to pull back. Shots bouncing off. Who shall win this armored duel? And there we go, Veteran T2 for the T-3045, meaning it gains a damage increase, also takes less damage. And it's pulling back now. Oh dear, I think Raresb's making a mistake. He's actually moving in within the range of the T-3045, and if he gets off the shot, it's going to be game over if it penetrates. There we go, Stuke down. But looks like it was the field gun that did the trick. Still, I think Raresb got a bit too eager there. Alternating telemines here now on the main road. Good job. Popping over back to Peruci. The Tiger continues to lay down the heavy shells. Veteran is running on for Blitzkrieg. This T-34 is getting repaired. Good. Oh, field gun moving the slight direction. S-mine's going off, actually doing some damage to the Germans. Veteran T1. And a direct hit on the MD crew, wiping it out. Nasty that. Both field guns being run forwards now to try and stop the Tiger here. Good job there. T-34 going to hit from the flank. Other one needs repairs desperately. It's the Veteran T2, but he's moving in the T-34. I think that's... oh dear, he should have waited for the Veteran T2 one to be ready. Instead, he's ramming it in. And only stunning the Tiger. Only stunning it. It was a bold maneuver. A brave one. But I think the odds were not quite stacked in his favour enough, which ultimately led to the loss of the T-34. Tiger is down to half health, but I think if he had waited, if he had gotten this one up to scratch as well, attack from this angle on top of him, I think his assault would have done considerably better. Because that way again, the T-3045 with the increased damage and the less damage taken would have been able to really take the lead, and I think that Tiger would have gone down, in particular in combination with Mark vehicle. Instead, that did not happen. Instead, he lost the T-3045 and the field guns, and he only got the Tiger down to less than half health. But Ostrobin leading the charge more and more by the looks of it. Another squad arriving. Perucci's frontline troops getting considerably depleted. And the conscripts hanging on the pioneers, but they did lose rather considerably a lot of men. And also a lot of weapons here lying around not being picked up.
Well done. Water here. Point is ours. Soldiers ready. Combat engineers.
And looks like he might be saving up for another pair of T-3045s. Meanwhile, this one is almost ready, fit for the fight. If he actually was to move it in, there might be a light chance, particularly if he was able to recruit that field gun and turn against the Tiger. But a light chance at best, I think.
belongs to the people and workers of the Soviet Union.
Another Ostrom squad moving ahead. And a quick recruiting going on there. Lovely.
We are losing supplies to the enemy. Incoming round!
And another Panzerfaust, which I imagine is less than ideal here for Peruci. Mechanized armor Campania, I'm not entirely sure why going for that right now. I think this would prove more advantageous. Tiger moving in, knowing there's a wounded T-3045.
Ready!
Looks like Perucci's realizing that he might be going in to hunt it, but he's not pulling it back. Rear exposed to the Tiger. Still, there's a light chance, but the field gun needs to be pointing in the right direction. A huge pile of wood is actually blocking it. The line of fire with the field gun. Oh dear, what are you doing, Peruci? Pull it back, pull it back, pull it in with the line of fire of the field gun. The line of fire of the field gun, man. Ach. Much too slow, much too slow. In fact, he ends up pulling the field gun towards another direction. A huge mistake right there for Peruci. Instead, the Tiger remains barely alive, blitzkrieging a bit around, but still there. 20 kills almost to its name. Field gun going to get rushed. Now that it's finally reacting again, it was too damn slow. If he'd been able to take it out that quickly with the field gun support, he might have been able to do some serious harm to Raresb afterwards with that T-3045 in a somewhat functional condition. And he was able to call in another pair. Instead, that has not happened. Instead, well, he's opened up the gates to hell, basically. There we go. The swift arrival of another pair. 4th Guards tank corps fighting on, though in the face with 18 Panzer gunners. Grenade goes off. MD-42 crew wiped out. And just constant use of relief infantry by now. Lots of Hilfswillige pushing all across the front. Men dying, screaming, bleeding. Mines going off. Mortar crew wiped out again.
You need mortar support?
Going in after the Tiger. The Tiger, though, very close to Veteran 2, and there we go. Veteran 2 damage decrease. The Tiger is now officially a beast. A Wunderwaffen. And a second Tiger has arrived. Fun that. Of course, Tigers would usually operate in small groups of 3 to 4. Though, of course, that'd not always be that available because a lot of them tended to break down due to poor maintenance. Panzerfaust going off there, and T-3045 down. But very rare you actually see a Veteran T2 Tiger, so well played there by Raresb. Good job, and game over. A victory for the Reich, victory for the 18th Panzer Division, or Panzer Grenadier Division more specifically. Good usage of Tiger, good usage of abilities overall. I mean, of course, the counter barrage could have had some more effect, but still he actually used it, which does indicate some interesting thoughts going on there. Good use of tactical movement, relief infantry, Gewehr 43s. The only thing you need to use was the Stuka strafing on there with the Kanonenvogel, but otherwise, you know, good job, and lots and lots and lots of Wurstruppen. Quite a sizable infantry force. That's for sure. Peruci certainly also did well, but there were some considerable mistakes, some critical moments, like right here with the first Tiger where he was close to getting it, but didn't quite. And of course the engagement right here where he rather wasted the T-3045. I think those were some of the things that rather shown things. But also the lack of mines. He should have been more aggressive with his mining, and he should have had ammunition to catch up. And finally again, some better usage of the Mark vehicles. I mean, otherwise he put, you know, pretty much the entire spectrum of abilities to usage, but again, calling this one in on the Flak Panther, the Ostwind, was, I think, a great mistake. He should have gone for the Tiger and tried to knock that out quickly. That did not happen, and thus ultimately Raresb saw victory for the Fatherland. Still, pretty interesting fight. Had some good moments. Also displayed, again, that getting caches can be quite advantageous. Good usage of the Tiger again abilities. What I like to see. So, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned a thing or two or three from it. If you did, want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If you didn't, well, why not replay your own? Provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.